Curiosity is the wick in the candle of learning. William Arthur Ward. The law of curiosity is a principle that can transform your life, your work, and your future. It states that questions open doors, while apathy closes them. The more you ask, the more you find. Curiosity is not just a trait, it is a discipline, a habit, and a way of life that fuels growth, innovation, and success. To live by this law is to embrace the unknown, to seek answers where others see only problems, and to refuse to settle for the ordinary. Let us explore how this law can shape your journey, regardless of your path, and how it can lead you to a life of purpose and achievement. Consider the data scientist, immersed in vast pools of information, tasked with uncovering patterns that could redefine an industry. Without curiosity, they might simply run the same algorithms, produce predictable reports, and move on. But a curious data scientist asks, what if there is a hidden variable we have not considered? What if the data is telling a story we have not yet heard? By questioning assumptions and digging deeper, they uncover insights that others overlook, perhaps discovering a trend that revolutionizes how businesses operate. Their curiosity turns raw numbers into meaningful impact. Or take the urban planner, designing the cities of tomorrow. They could follow the same blueprints, laying out streets and buildings as they have always been. But curiosity drives them to ask, how can we make this city more sustainable? What would happen if we prioritized green spaces over parking lots? These questions lead to innovative designs, cities that breathe, that adapt to climate challenges, that prioritize people over cars. Their willingness to ask transforms the urban landscape and improves lives. Curiosity is not about having all the answers, it is about having the courage to ask the questions. It is about refusing to accept, that is just how it is, as a final verdict. Every great advancement in history began with someone who dared to wonder. Why does this work this way? What if we tried something different? How can we make this better? These are the questions that move the world forward, and they are available to anyone willing to ask them. Think of the renewable energy technician, maintaining wind turbines or solar panels. Their job could be routine. Check the systems, replace parts, file a report. But a curious technician might ask, why is this turbine underperforming? Could we adjust the blade angle to capture more wind? By exploring these questions, they might improve efficiency, reduce costs, and contribute to a cleaner planet. Their curiosity turns a job into a mission. The opposite of curiosity is apathy, and apathy is the enemy of progress. Apathy says, this is good enough. Apathy accepts the status quo without question. Apathy sees a closed door and walks away. But curiosity knocks. Curiosity tries the handle. Curiosity looks for a key. And when no key is found, curiosity builds a new door. Apathy will keep you safe, but it will also keep you small. Curiosity, on the other hand, will lead you to places you never imagined. Consider the cybersecurity analyst, tasked with protecting digital systems from threats. They could rely on standard protocols, updating firewalls and running scans as prescribed. But a curious analyst asks, what if there is a vulnerability we have not anticipated? How are attackers evolving their methods? By probing deeper, they might uncover a new type of malware or develop a strategy that prevents a catastrophic breach. Their questions safeguard entire organizations. To live by the law of curiosity, you must train yourself to ask better questions. Start with, why? Why does this process exist? Why do we do things this way? Then move to, what if? What if we tried a different approach? What if we combined two ideas that seem unrelated? Finally, ask, how? How can we improve this? How can we make it more efficient, more effective, more meaningful? These questions are not just for inventors or leaders, they are for anyone who wants to grow. Take the virtual reality designer, crafting immersive worlds for education or entertainment. They could build standard environments, following templates that have worked before. But curiosity leads them to ask, how can we make this experience more intuitive? What if we used sensory feedback in a new way? These questions might lead to a groundbreaking VR application that transforms how people learn or connect. Their curiosity shapes the future of technology. Curiosity requires humility. You must admit that you do not know everything. This can be uncomfortable, especially in a world that rewards certainty. But the truth is, no one has all the answers. The most successful people are not those who know the most, but those who are willing to learn the most. They ask questions, seek feedback, and embrace the possibility of being wrong. This is not weakness, it is strength. It is the foundation of growth. The biomedical engineer, developing medical devices, could stick to proven designs. But curiosity drives them to ask, could we make this device more affordable? What if we used a new material to improve its performance? These questions might lead to a life-saving innovation that reaches millions. Their curiosity bridges the gap between possibility and reality. One of the greatest barriers to curiosity is fear. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of failure. Fear of the unknown. But curiosity thrives in the face of fear. It says, I may not know the answer, but I am going to find out. It takes courage to ask questions when others are silent, to challenge conventions when others comply. But that courage is what sets you apart. It is what makes you a leader, an innovator, a creator. Consider the supply chain logistician, orchestrating the movement of goods across the globe. They could follow established routes and schedules. But a curious logistician asks, is there a faster way to deliver this? Could we reduce emissions by optimizing our routes? These questions might lead to a logistics model that saves time, money, and the environment. Their curiosity reshapes an industry. To cultivate curiosity, make it a daily practice. Start small. Ask one new question each day. Write it down. Explore it. Maybe it is about your work. How can I streamline this task? Maybe it is about your life. What would happen if I spent an hour learning something new? The more you practice asking questions, the more natural it becomes. Over time, curiosity will become your default setting, and the world will open up to you. The genetic counselor, helping patients understand their health risks, could deliver standard reports. But curiosity leads them to ask, could we communicate this information more clearly? What if we tailored our approach to each patient's needs? These questions might improve patient outcomes and build trust. Their curiosity makes a difference in people's lives. Curiosity also demands patience. Answers do not always come quickly. Sometimes, a question leads to more questions, and that is okay. The journey of discovery is as valuable as the destination. Each question you ask builds your understanding, sharpens your skills, and prepares you for bigger challenges. Do not be afraid of the unknown, embrace it. The unknown is where growth lives. Take the environmental policy analyst, shaping regulations for a sustainable future. They could rely on existing frameworks. But curiosity prompts them to ask, are these policies effective enough? What if we incorporated new scientific findings? These questions might lead to policies that protect ecosystems for generations. Their curiosity safeguards the planet. The law of curiosity is not just about asking questions, it is about acting on them. A question without action is just a thought. A curious mind takes the next step, researches, experiments, collaborates. It is not enough to wonder, you must pursue. This is where discipline meets curiosity. The most curious people are also the most persistent. They do not stop at the first obstacle. They keep asking, keep seeking, keep moving forward. Consider the augmented reality developer, creating tools that blend digital and physical worlds. They could build basic applications. But curiosity drives them to ask, how can we make this technology more accessible? What if we integrated it with education? These questions might lead to AR tools that revolutionize classrooms. Their curiosity changes how we learn. As you go through life, you will face moments when curiosity feels risky. Others may discourage you, telling you to stick to what is known. But the known is a small place, and the world beyond it is vast. The law of curiosity invites you to explore that vastness. It promises that every question you ask is a step towards something greater. It assures you that the doors you open with your questions will lead to opportunities you cannot yet imagine. The digital marketing strategist, crafting campaigns in a crowded online space, could follow trends. But curiosity leads them to ask, what if we targeted an underserved audience? How can we make this campaign more authentic? These questions might create a campaign that resonates deeply, building loyalty and impact. Their curiosity sets them apart. In every field, in every moment, curiosity is your greatest asset. It costs nothing but pays dividends beyond measure. It requires no permission, no equipment, no credentials, just a willingness to ask. And yet, it is rare. Most people settle for what is in front of them. Most people stop asking. Do not be most people. Be the one who wonders. Be the one who explores. Be the one who grows. The telemedicine specialist, connecting doctors and patients remotely, could stick to standard platforms. But curiosity prompts them to ask, how can we make this more user-friendly? What if we integrated AI to assist diagnoses? These questions might lead to a platform that saves lives in underserved areas. Their curiosity bridges gaps in healthcare. The law of curiosity is universal. It applies to every profession, every stage of life, every challenge. It is the spark that ignites progress, the key that unlocks potential, the compass that guides you to your purpose. Ask more, find more. Never stop questioning, and you will never stop growing. The doors are waiting. All you have to do is knock.